Your campus, your community, your life. This is Bloomington Normal's one and only live newscast, TV 10 News.
ISU students are still vocalizing their dissatisfaction with former President Timothy Flanagan. Good morning, I'm Olivia Mancino.
And I'm Zach Bernard. TV 10's Chris Newman is live at Schrader Plaza for an Easter-themed gathering on the matter. Chris?
Thanks, guys. I'm standing in Schrader Plaza right now. I have a couple of Easter eggs in my hands. These are some of the many that will be handed out over the next half hour. Inside, there's two items. One, something you'd expect in an Easter egg, some Easter candy. The other, something you might not expect, that being an invitation from the group I Paid For Flanagan. The invitation is to a meeting tomorrow night here at Schrader Hall at 7:30 p.m. between the group and members of Illinois State University. What they're going to be talking about is that they're seeking answers surrounding the departure of President Timothy Flanagan and the nearly $500,000 that he was given as part of his resignation. Now, the group is seeking these answers, wondering where exactly the money came from and why it was given to a man who is facing charges of assault. I Paid For Flanagan has held multiple other peaceful demonstrations, including a flash mob last week on the quad as well. The group says that even though the departure has been talked over and discussed, that there are many who still don't know the facts surrounding Flanagan.
We are upset that a lot of students on this campus don't really know what's going on. As long as we've been out here and as much as it's been in the news and media, so many students still don't know what's going on. So it's our hope to kind of shake up their day in a positive light and invite them to this event.
Again, that meeting between the members of I Paid For Flanagan and members of Illinois State University will be held here in Schrader Hall tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Reporting live from Schrader Plaza, I'm Chris Newman. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Chris. Now, changes are coming to the Illinois State dining centers as they try and keep their workers and visitors safe. Starting next fall, any dining center on campus or restaurant outside the Bone Student Center will no longer accept cash. Subway will continue to take cash as well as the Bone. Dining Services has stated that the cash-free move comes to possible security risks as low as possible. They also see the change comes to allow employees to be more efficient and timely.
Today is the deadline to file your taxes for 2013, but many people still wait till the last minute. TV 10's Falynn Lannert is live in the newsroom with more information.
The deadline to file individual tax returns or request an extension for the 2013 year is today. People have months to complete this task, but today always seems to be hectic with last-minute men and women. It's time to work on your taxes. Tax Day 2014 is looking to be a hectic and stress-filled day for many. H&R Block has several locations around the Bloomington Normal area that will be accommodating all the last-minute people filing their 2013 taxes today.
There's always going to be late filers that are going to come in, and some people, it's amazing how long they wait before they finally get their stuff in.
Today is also the last day to file for an extension, which provides an extra 6 months to file your return, although payment is still due today.
We try to take care of our clients and do the best we possibly can in getting them the most money back. Just like the sign says, get your billion back.
Many people wait till the last minute to file their taxes, but we think it's better just to get it out of the way early. Along with tax service places, the post office will also be busy with people mailing their tax returns instead of using the internet. They will not be staying open any later to accommodate tax day, but still give customers a good time span to get their forms out today. According to H&R Block, people will be filing in tonight probably past their closing time, which is 9 p.m. They will not turn anyone away who comes in. For TV 10 News, I'm Falynn Lannert. Back to you guys at the desk.
The Bloomington City Council held a public hearing last night to continue the ongoing discussion regarding the city's budget. City Manager David Hales spoke at length about the city's budget, indicating there would likely be no cuts to police, fire, or city parks, and there may be a motor fuel tax to help make ends meet. There's also the possibility of the city diving into the reserve fund, but Hales insists the budget concept is balanced in revenues and expenditures. The 2014-15 budget must be approved by April 30th. The council also spoke on the status of the Bloomington Thunder hockey team, and we'll tell you all about that in sports.
A Bloomington apartment sustained external damages due to a small fire earlier this morning. An improperly discarded cigarette was the cause of the fire. Wooden siding on the outside of the structure burned, but the flames were quickly extinguished. The fire did not extend to the building. However, light smoke reached the bottom level but was quickly removed by fans. The Bloomington Fire Department reminded residents that tossing cigarette butts is not only dangerous, but also is considered littering under state law. And another fire broke out yesterday morning at the McDonald's at Main and Hovey. This one was a grease fire. However, no damage was done to the establishment. The kitchen's fire suppression system activated once the fire started and contained the blaze almost immediately. The restaurant was closed temporarily for cleanup, but opened later that day for lunch.
After 26 years of service with the Normal Fire Department, Assistant Fire Chief John Grussing has announced his retirement. Grussing began his tenure with the fire department in 1987, and after 11 years of service became a lieutenant in 1998. He took over the assistant chief position following the promotion of former Chief Mick Herner in 2009. His retirement ceremony will be held at the Normal Fire Department on May 2nd.
This is a pretty special week for many of us here at Illinois State University. It's COM Week, short for communication.
It's a tradition to welcome back alums who are successful in various communication fields.
And this week got off to a great start yesterday with a Chicago media professional who many of us wish we could only work for someday.
TV 10's Falynn Lannert has more.
Phil Bedella, who is an ISU alum as well as the current vice president and general manager of Comcast Sports Network, was a guest speaker for Com Week yesterday. When Bedella was a student at ISU, he wrote for the Vidette and also interned for Redbird Athletics. He then went on to work for the Chicago Cubs, CBS, and eventually Comcast Sports Network. Bedella had a lot of advice for students looking into a similar career path.
When you get out of college, you may not necessarily get a job making great money or a job where it's everything you always wanted. But if you get your foot in the door of the right career, you'll eventually get there.
The Chicago native gave a great presentation and even got some one-on-one time with students who had questions after the presentation. Com Week has many events this week, all hoping to help better students in what to expect in their future careers.
And everywhere from global communication to, event planning. We had an event planning panel today, and it was really exciting. You get to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly of, everything. So you get to hear the ins and outs and stuff that you might not have known other than coming to these events.
Com Week has many panels and speakers for you to get better acquainted with what you want to do with your career. Falynn Lannert, TV 10 News.
Com Week is continuing throughout the week, and today's panels provide students with more networking opportunities. This afternoon, there will be a panel about covering the news on TV, and we're happy to welcome back 3 TV tenors for that, Bo, Eric, and Alexis. Thanks for being here. There will also be a panel about young alums who've advanced quickly in the media world. TV tenor Ross Green will be on for that. And today's final panel about crisis communication with some people who've been involved in some of the biggest local news stories happening lately.
When we come back, we'll talk about the anniversaries of 2 American tragedies occurring on this day in history.
And we have all the details on the blood moon that everyone was talking about last night. Stay tuned.